Hey Screamers, Lewis here from FrightTour. Welcome back. I know that it has been a very long time since I have seen you guys. I have had a ton of personal problems that have kept me from getting these reviews up and on our website as quick as I could. I have had a lot of personal problems this year. I cannot wait for October to be over. I know that's kind of weird that I'm saying that, but for once, I'm kind of wanting to move on from the month. But let's not focus on that. Let's not focus on the fact that it's been almost a month since I put a review up. Let's focus on my third spot, a new haunt for me, in a town called South Windsor in Connecticut. It is Nightmare Acres. This one attraction haunt, well, from what I thought it was on a farm. I judged a haunt by its website because of the logo. It's got a scarecrow and some corn, so I was like, all right, you're going to be on a haunted farm. It wasn't a haunted farm, it was haunted woods, which was okay because these woods were scary and dark and creepy, probably the darkest woods I've ever been in. And I was almost peeing my pants when I was walking from the security booth to the front entrance. I mean, it was dark. I had to bring out my flashlight. What was cool was it's situated on an adventure park. So when you walk from the security booth to the front entrance of the actual haunt, you're walking all underneath the adventure park equipment. So, it's dark. They've got like some spotlights set up, but they don't got a lot. And I actually turned my flashlight on because I was like, I'm going to fall down knowing my klutzy self. But I didn't. But what I liked is while you're walking, and it's a pretty long walk, you can hear the distant sounds of laughter, screams, bangs, chainsaws, crows, rustling of leaves. So it kind of like builds up the anticipation for you before you even get there. And I was excited. I'm like, okay, this place is going to be like pretty legit. It's going to be pretty scary, pretty creepy because these woods, right before even getting the attraction, are already pretty creepy. Once the attraction came into view, it turned into your normal, typical outdoor haunt. It had a communal area with fire. It had like a photo area. It had concessions, of course, porta potties, which you cannot go wrong. And then the actual entrance to the haunt. Now, I had the privilege of being ushered to the front of the line because I do review these for a living. And I got to choose if I wanted to be in the front of the group, the middle of the group, or the back. And I chose the back. Why? I don't know. Let's leave it at that. From the front facade of the attraction, I thought I was walking through an actual haunted house because it was like the shack. It was all run down. There was a car. There was dark lighting. It was pretty creepy. And then once inside, it kind of came into view that it was a outdoor haunted wooded house trail, which was fine because, again, these woods were creepy and dark as hell. But Nightmare Acres has potential. Would I say it's at its best? Unfortunately, no. It has some work. It has some brilliant touches to it. It really does, it creeps you out because you're in the middle of the woods and, there's parts where you can't even see 2 feet within front of your face. But the actors and the spacing and the execution of the scares kind of brought this down for me a little bit. I hate to say it because I really had high expectations from this place from the outside. They do time tickets. So you're called when your time is up and you go to the front and you walk through and they send you in through groups. Now, this was the busiest weekend for haunts. The third weekend in October is always the busiest. It's like the one weekend everyone forgets, oh, we haven't been to a haunted house, so let's go. So it was the busiest weekend for haunts. I don't know what the line was like once I left, but once I was there, it wasn't really that long. So why they were sending in groups as quick as they had to, in the sizes they had to, I was a little baffled at that. I don't know time ticketing, so, correct me in the comments if you know how time ticketing goes. But I was a little like, okay, what's going on? Why am I being put in a group of 15? What's this going on here? And the actors, I felt like because of these large groups, they only cared about the front. At the back, I got nothing. Majority of the scares were all at the front or maybe like the 4th or 5th person in actual line walking through. And by the time it got to me, they were just standing there looking at me. And again, that doesn't do anything for me. It's all about the startle for me. And there were very limited startle scares for me. Now, I thought to myself, okay, you're the dumbass who decided to pick the back of the line. Maybe you could ask them to rewalk through and go through again. Miraculously, there was a miracle. There was an actor halfway through who decided, I'm going to stop everyone and intimidately stare at you and keep you from moving forward. What that did is it caused the group behind us to catch up and make our group of, I don't remember, a group of 15 or 16 people. So now I was no longer at the back of the group, I was at the middle of the group. Well, still at the middle, I still have the same complaint that majority of the scares happened at the beginning. Now, I've worked in haunt. I know how to scare people. At least I think I do. But when you scare someone, you can pop right back into where you're going and get the latter part of the group. There was none of that. The actors would scare and then stand there on the side and stare at you or say things to you, and it really didn't do anything for me. I really had high hopes for this place. I really like the people that own it and built it, that you can tell that they really love it. They do it because they love Halloween. They love the haunt industry. I just think that it needs a lot of rework and twerking and some, redirection. I felt like it was a little too big for its own good. There were a lot of dead spots. I felt like the open air setting kind of put some tarp over there, get some fog in there, make it a little bit more creepy. It has a lot of potential. That potential has not been tapped yet. I feel that maybe a few more years, this place could really be top notch. They've got a great setting. The woods are really, really dark. Tell your actors to be more involved with the entire group rather than just the front. And then if you're going to keep it a continuous flowing haunted house, don't group in the middle, because you're going to cause bottlenecking, you're going to cause a conga line, and it just doesn't work with this style attraction because of how dark it is. You've got to walk through buses, you've got to, do different things that cause even more bottlenecking. So for me, Nightmare Acres, unfortunately, I have to give it a scare rating of at least 3. For me, it wasn't one of the, scariest haunted attractions I've walked through. Nice potential. It has some definitely room to go and grow. I think that this place can be really scary if it's fine-tuned and reworked. Well, Screamers, that's it for my 3rd review of the 2019 Fright Tour. It was kind of a short, sweet, and simple one, but there's really not much to review with this one attraction haunt. It's got potential. It needs to tap into that potential, rework itself, and maybe it can be one of New England's scariest haunted attraction. Who knows? Maybe I'll go back in a few years. Definitely give it a visit if you're close by. We have 3 more spots to go to this year. 3 more spots, including one of my most loved haunted attractions out there. I cannot wait to go to it. I cannot wait to review it. I can't wait for you to see the review. But until then, it's time for you to ring that bell, subscribe to our YouTube channel, so that way you know whenever I post a new video. Like us on Facebook, like us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, not like us on Twitter. That's wrong. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Snapchat and Instagram. And also, please access our website, FrightTour.com. It is a beautiful website where you can post reviews of your own kind to any haunted attractions that you visit, from the Virginias to Maine. Each haunted attraction has its own personal website with ticket information, my review, photos, and then a little comment section where you can post your little tidbit for anyone looking for the best scream for their buck. Until next time, guys, happy screaming.